Welcome to Learners Math TV. In this video, we're going to understand and identify the different conditions for triangle congruence, such as SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, and HL. Apply the triangle congruence postulates and theorems to prove that two triangles are congruent, and solve problems involving triangle congruence. Basahin natin ngayon kung ano ang tinutukoy na ibig sabihin ng SSS congruence postulate. It states that if three sides of one triangle are congruent to three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Ang ibig sabihin nito, kapag daw yung tatlong sides o yung tatlong gilid ng triangle na ito ay congruent doon sa tatlong sides ng triangle na nandito. Ang ibig sabihin, yung kanilang mga gilid ay magkakasukat ang haba. So you can conclude, maaari mong masabi na ang dalawang triangles na ito ay congruent. So ipakita natin. Ayan, hindi ba magkalapat sila? They have the same size and the same shape. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng congruent triangles. Dito naman tayo sa ibig sabihin ng SAS o SAS congruence postulate. It states that if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are congruent to two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So anong ibig sabihin niyan? Ang ibig sabihin, kung yung corresponding sides, eto, at yun ay congruent, tapos ito naman at saka yun ay congruent, tapos yung tinutukoy natin dyan na included angle. Ibig sabihin, yan yung angle na nasa gitna ng dalawang congruent sides. Di ba? So, kung ganyan ang forma, ibig sabihin, masasabi natin na yung two triangles ay congruent. Paano kaya natin masasabi yan? Kasi, kung etong dalawa na to ay congruent, yung angle na to congruent sa kabila, eto congruent doon, mapapansin mo, from SSS congruence postulate, di ba pag congruent ang lahat ng sides, masasabi na natin na congruent yung dalawang triangles. Kung ito ililipat natin sa kabila, itong side na to, so ibig sabihin, congruent din sila kung lalapat siya. Ayan, tignan natin. O, di ba? Pag nilipat mo siya doon, magka-size din sila. So, ibig sabihin, the two triangles are congruent. Basta nakita lang natin na yung included angles niya, yung nasa gitnang angle ng dalawang congruent sides ay congruent din. Ano naman ang ASA o ASA congruence postulate? It states that if two angles and the included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the included side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay, dito naman, yung nasa gitna, yung side. Meron tayong tinutukoy na included side. Nakikita nyo rito sa figure? Eto. Okay, eto yung included side. Ibig sabihin, napapagitnaan siya ng dalawang angle. So, kung etong corresponding angles, let's say this angle A corresponds to angle D, congruent sila. Tapos angle C corresponds to angle E, congruent sila. Tapos pati yung kanilang included side o yung side na nasa gitna ng dalawang angle ay, di ba, congruent din. So we can say that the two triangles are congruent. Ano naman ang sinasabi tungkol sa AAS congruence postulate? It states that if two angles and non-included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the non-included side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, kung meron palang dalawang, di ba, angles at merong non-included side. So kahit pala meron kang side na hindi nasa gitna, so masasabi mo pa rin that the two triangles are congruent. Diba? Masasabi pa rin natin na ang triangle ABC ay congruent sa triangle DEF. Okay? As long as meron tayong dalawang congruent angles at saka congruent non-included side. Ito yung side, non-included siya kasi wala siya doon sa gitna ng dalawang angle. Unlike yung kanina, yung tinatawag nating ASA, okay, included yung side niya. So kahit ganito pala ang situation, we can consider that the two triangles are congruent. Hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. Particularly, this is all about the congruence of right triangle. Okay, ano ba yung tinutukoy nating hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle. Yan yung katapat ng 90 degrees. Di ba ito yung right angle? So, that 90 degrees angle, ang opposite side niya ay ito. So, yan yung tinatawag nating hypotenuse. So, eto naman yung leg at saka ito. So, ang sabi diyan, if the hypotenuse and leg in one right triangle, so kailangan lang natin magkaroon ng hypotenuse at saka leg, okay, are congruent to the hypotenuse and leg in another right triangle. Ito yung another right triangle. Kung ang hypotenuse nito ay congruent sa hypotenuse nun, pinapakita naman sa atin by means of that symbol na silang dalawa ay congruent. At congruent din itong leg na ito dito sa kabilang leg. Kaya masasabi natin kapag ganyan ang isang right triangle, masasabi natin na the two triangles are congruent. Tingnan natin mabuti kung talaga bang congruent sila. Subukan natin paglapatin. O, diba? Lapat na lapat. Kaya masasabi natin that the two triangles are congruent. Now, base dun sa ating mga natutunan about the conditions of triangle congruence, i-prove natin ngayon na ang triangle ABC ay congruent sa triangle DEF. Okay, lagi nating tatandaan, kapag tayo ay nagpo-prove, hindi agad-agad, 'di ba? Ang discipline na itinuturo sa atin ng proving ay hindi mo pwede agad sabihin na totoo 'yan. Okay? Some students are, 'di ba, getting bored. Yung iba ay naboboring sa proving kasi nga hindi natin na ipapractice in reality kung saan ba ginagamit yung discipline na ito. Okay, yung discipline ng proving sa geometry in reality, if you are an educated person, magagamit mo ito eh. Hindi ka magsasalita ng mga bagay na hindi mo kayang patunayan. Sasabihin mo agad-agad, nagko-conclude ka. Ang tawag doon ay, di ba, sa mga taong ganun ay judgmental. Halimbawa, you're going to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, kung judgmental ka, wag mo na i-prove yan. Okay na yan. Tama yan. If you are not a judgmental, maglilay ka muna ng foundation bago mo sabihin yung sinasabi mo na totoo. Tignan natin muna kung totoo yung sinasabi mo. Okay? That is a discipline that you can apply even in your real life. Diba? Real life conversation or real life socialization. Diba? Kapag ikaw ay nakikipag-socialite. Kapag ikaw ay nakikihalubilo sa mga tao, it is very important that you have this discipline. The first statement that we have is AB is equal to DE. Okay, ito raw segment na ito ay equal siya sa DE. At yung CB ay equal siya sa EF. So ano ang reason natin yan? Ang reason, it is given. So pinoprove natin, meron tayong given situation na. Okay, given situation na yan. So yan na yung ating proof na sila ay congruent. Yung segment na yan at segment na to congruent. Paano natin nasabi na given? Kasi by symbol, look, by its symbol, yung symbol na yan, di ba, ay nangangahulugan na congruent siya dito. Di ba? At itong symbol na ito, itong dalawang ganyan, ay, di ba, yung dalawang red line na yan, o gatla, kung tawagin, di ba? Yan, may dalawang gatla din doon. Okay? So, yan ay nangangahulugan that they are congruent. Yung mga segment na yan ay equal in length. Okay? So, next statement natin. Ang next statement ay yung angle E ay congruent sa angle B. Di ba? So, kailangan muna nating mapatunayan na yung dalawang angle na yan ay congruent. So, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin lang ng ganun yun. Ay, hindi, basta congruent yan. No. There must be a reason. Anong reason natin? By vertical angle theorem. Okay? Since yung AD naman pala, di ba? Kita naman natin na yung AD at yung CF is a straight line. So, therefore, nakapag-create sila ng intersection. Di ba? Kapag sila ay intersecting line, meron diyang vertical angle na nabubuo. At ito yung dalawa na yon. And according to vertical angle theorem, the angles formed by vertical angles or the vertical angles are congruent. Kaya, we can safely say that angle E is congruent to angle B. Okay. So, dahil napatunayan na natin, okay, by means of our reasons, ayan, na sila ay congruent, maaari na tayo ngayong mag-conclude that the triangle ABC is really congruent to triangle DEF. Okay? Ano ang gagamitin natin? Okay, finally, magagamit na natin yung kaninang dinidiscuss natin. Yung side angle side congruence postulate. Wherein, di ba sinasabi doon, kapag may dalawang, di ba, corresponding sides na congruent yung dalawang triangle at yung kanilang included angle o yung angle na nasa gitna nilang dalawa, ng dalawang side ay congruent din, we can say that the two triangles are congruent. O, di na i-prove na natin ngayon. That is the discipline of proving. Okay, now the next thing to prove is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Okay, so the first statement that we have is AB, etong side na to ay congruent doon sa DC. At yung AB is parallel to DC. So the reason is given. Nakikita naman natin sa ating figure na meron na siyang symbol of congruency at symbol of being a parallel. Next statement, AC is equal to AC. So this diagonal, okay, para rectangle kasi siya, no? And tas itong diagonal na to ay nakapag-form ng dalawang triangle. Okay, so ayan. AC is equal to AC. So ano ang reason natin dyan? By reflexive property. So ano ibig sabihin niya reflexive property? Di ba yan yung sinasabi natin na a quantity is equal to itself. Di ba? Let's say A is to A, or A is equal to A, or B is equal to B. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng reflexive property. Kaya AC is equal to AC. Ibig sabihin, etong diagonal na yan ay equal siya sa sarili niya. Okay? Itong dalawang triangle kasi ay nagsishare sila ng common side. Kaya sinabi natin na yung AC is equal to AC. Okay? So, next statement is angle BAC. BAC is congruent to angle DCA. Ano naman ang reason natin dyan? Okay, the reason is by alternate interior angle theorem. Okay, kasi nga, kung parallel yung AB at saka yung DC, pag parallel sila, ito, yung AC ay transversal line. By alternate interior angle theorem, meron siyang tinatawag na transversal line wherein nakapag-form siya ng alternate interior angle. And we can say that they are congruent because of that theorem. Then statement number 4, okay, kung gusto nyo pang maintindihan ng mas malawak yung about alternate interior angle theorem, maaari nyo hanapin yung aking video lessons na nagawa about dito sa alternate interior angle theorem. Okay? So, maaari nyo panoorin yan at pag-aralan para mas lalo nyo maintindihan kung sakaling nakalimutan. Okay, ito naman, yung triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Congruent nga ba talaga? Anong reason natin? By Sass congruence postulate. Okay, kasi 'di ba congruent yung yung AC. So, nagsi-share sila rito sa common side. Common side nila 'to eh. So ibig sabihin, by SAS congruence postulate, meron silang corresponding congruent side at saka yung included angle nila ay congruent din. Kaya there is no problem to say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. So, na-prove natin yan ngayon, kaya let us now apply what we have learned to solve this problem. So, for our solution, since triangle CBD is a right triangle, Pythagorean theorem can be used. Sinasabi naman dyan that if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CBD, so it means we have a given statement that they are congruent, so we're going to find the area. So in finding the area of a triangle, dapat alam natin yung ating base at saka yung height. So makikita natin dito, meron tayong height ng triangle ABC but the base is unknown. Pero we have a given hypotenuse of half of the triangle. Right angle din. Ito, right angle siya. Yung half of triangle ABC is a right angle, kaya we can use the Pythagorean theorem to know the side CD. Okay? So, let's say we have this formula of C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So, let us just substitute the given measurement. Yung hypotenuse natin is 10. Ito yan. So the Pythagorean theorem means the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of its lengths. Kaya yung C na yan yung ating hypotenuse. So squared, 10 squared, and then A squared plus 8 squared, yung isang, etong ating height, it serves as one of the legs of this right triangle. So, yung A natin, yan yung ating CD. Etong CD. So, kailangan makuha natin yan. So, let us simplify. So, 10 squared is equal to 100 and 8 squared is equal to 64. Nilipat natin sa kabila, then the sign must be changed from positive to negative. So, 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. So, let us extract the square root from both sides of the equation. We can get a as equal to 6. So, ibig sabihin, ang side CD natin ay equal to 6. Itong side na to. Kaya kung equal to 6 yan, ibig sabihin, ang base natin ay ilan? From A to C, dahil congruent naman silang dalawa, di ba? Congruent yung, sabi dito sa statement, yung ABD at yung CBD ay congruent, kaya yung CD ay congruent sa AD. Okay? Kaya, ang ating area ay equal sa base times height. Dahil dyan, yung ating base ay equal sa 12. Kasi, di ba, 6 dito, 6 doon. So, all in all, AC is equal to 12. Kaya yun yung ating base. Then, 1/2 of 96 or 1/2 times 96 is equal to, okay, we have now our area of 48 square centimeter. And that is our final answer. Oh, laging tatandaan, sa math ay hindi maaari na nanonood ka lamang. Upang maging mahusay, dapat lagi kang handa na mag-practice o magsanay.